My name is Madison Baldwin, and I am 19 years old and a sophomore at Liberty University. I go here residentially, and I actually transferred here this past fall. My original major was nursing, but I just recently changed it to business administration this past semester, and I'm hoping to go into hospital administration or healthcare administration, somewhere along those lines, for my master's someday. So I would love to work in the hospital setting because I was nursing, and so I have a lot of that background. So I'm going to be talking about one of the biggest life-changing experiences in my life that has really shown me a lot of lessons in life. So a few years back, I was given the opportunity to go to Haiti with a group of mostly atheists and non-Christians, and there was only about a handful of us who were believers. And so I found out about this trip about a month in advance, if that. And the cost of this trip was $2,000, which I had no idea how I was going to obtain at all. But thankfully, the Lord provided, and He actually provided in a way that I was able to pay for a few more people to go on the trip as well as some food and some water for the Haitian people. So I went into this trip thinking that Haitians had, how could they love? How could they love Christ? How could they be happy? How could they, I don't know, just be so genuine and so joyful? And so I really came into this with a huge stereotype on the Haitian people and the Haitian culture and community. But when I went on the trip, they completely proved me wrong. They showed me that happiness and a love for Christ could exist so much more, when they have nothing, because God is the only thing they had to rely on. So God really showed me that my stereotype was so wrong, and that a love for Christ could exist in such a poverty-stricken culture. So while on this trip, I got to see how the Haitians live, and I got to wash clothes with them. And washing the clothes with the women was super duper humbling for me, because they wash clothes nearly butt naked with their kids, with their husbands, with their wives, with their aunts and their uncles, with their whole families, just everything out in the open. And they literally take homemade soap in the back of your wrist, and they scrub the clothes clean. And these clothes get way cleaner than our clothes ever will look. And so it was just really, really humbling for me, because by the end of maybe an hour, my wrist was rubbed raw. And these Haitian women were just laughing at me. Not in a bad way, but I was American trying to do what they do, and I had no clue what hard work was, even though I've been working since I was 14. So I had a huge misconception there. And then God really used this trip to humble me and to just show me He is calling me to missions someday, and that I have a future in this, even if it's not overseas, maybe it's here in America, because everyone around us needs Christ, and they need to hear about God's word, and they need to experience this different